With MLB The Show 22 out, there are a bunch of new gamers among us. So with that, I'm going to go over some basics you should know when you hit the field in MLB The Show 22 on current and next-gen consoles. So alright, let's get it. Now, it may seem tempting to go Pool City, but to be successful, the game requires you to swing at different times to make optimal contact on pitches thrown at different parts of the plate. Take a fastball, for example. If thrown inside, you will need to swing the earliest you will have to on any pitch thrown in the game. In a lefty versus lefty or righty versus righty matchup will need you to swing even faster than if the pitcher was the opposite hand. And the opposite extreme of that is pitches thrown on the outside part of the plate. You will need to wait the longest to hit the swing button to put solid contact on it and take it the other way. It basically boils down to hitting the pitch where it's at. When you're at the plate or on the mound, if you hold the right trigger on your controller, it will show you the last at-bat you had against the pitcher or against that batter. If it's the first time the two parties have matched up during the game, the pitch history will start to build after the first pitch of the at-bat. This can remind you of what pitch you threw last at-bat that your opponent crushed to tie the game, and also can give you an idea of how your opponent pitches to certain hitters on your team to adjust your approach to. And holding right on the D-pad can give you an overall idea of the type of pitches you have been thrown, or if you have thrown yourself over the course of the game. What can happen during the game is you may be struggling, getting mad that you can't hit a certain pitch, without realizing that all they're throwing is a slider and a fastball combo. And looking at this type of information can be valuable in staging a comeback and getting certain pitches out of the game. While at the plate, if you're using a camera view that is pointing towards the outfield, you're gonna want to make note of the spot where you first see the ball out of the pitcher's hand to gain as much information about the pitch as possible. You do this to avoid staring at the pitcher and losing the ball during his windup and possibly missing out on valuable milliseconds of the ball's flight to the plate. Since no stadium is alike, there will be ones where it's extremely easy to read the ball, usually those where the backdrop is one color. Where other times you may be playing at a field where, because of the pitcher's release, it may look like it's coming from out of the stands or some bushes, where it will definitely become harder but still achievable to pick up the ball. A new addition to MLB The Show 22 that will let you lock and place your PCI anywhere in the strike zone without having to hold it there with your finger is called the PCI Anchor system, which again lets you place your PCI in one of 9 different directions while at the plate. If you're interested in using this, first make sure it is enabled in your settings, and then once you're at the plate, by clicking in the left stick before the pitch is thrown and continuing to hold it, you can move the left stick in any desired direction and let go of the left stick to lock wherever you place the PCI at in that spot. This is a nice shortcut to help you adjust to certain parts of the plate your opponent seems to be dominating you at. Now, there are 3 different types of swings in MLB The Show 22. The circle, and if you're on Xbox, the B button, which are the contact swings that will widen your PCI to make more contact and decrease your power at the same time. Then there's the power swing, which is the square button on PlayStation, and X on Xbox, which will make your PCI smaller in favor of more power. And the X button on PlayStation and A on Xbox is the normal swing, which is all you're gonna need to play the game. It's been like this for a while now and it still hasn't changed. You're still gonna hit for a good amount of power, hit hard, hit balls all over the field just using the normal swing button. Honestly, there isn't a big enough difference to use either of the other two, so just stick with the normal swing. It's also important when at the plate to know what ratings are driving everything from timing window to PCI size. And the 3 you must get familiar with are vision, contact, and power. Vision rating will affect how often hitters foul balls off instead of outright missing them, increasing your timing window and giving you more opportunities to have positive plays. Contact helps the quality of contact you make, as you will see an increase in line drive hits, hard hit ground balls, and weak pop flies, aka the D. Gordon specials. While having high power is a lot more forgiving in everything you do. Balls are hit harder and further in every aspect, while reducing the type of hits high contact guys live off of. If you're worried about a runner stealing the base on you, you can throw from the stretch with your pitcher by holding the left trigger right before you throw a pitch, and he will throw from the stretch, But be careful, because if you're using pinpoint pitching or any pitching meter really, it will speed up a bit. So it might be an adventure still trying to hit an accurate pitch in such a short amount of time. Now, if you aren't aware, one of the easiest ways to improve your skills pitching and hitting is jumping into custom practice mode against some of the best players in the game. This mode can help you address specific weaknesses that you have at the plate and improve. Do you struggle throwing to the corners or accurately throwing your fastball, period? This mode is for you. A common one hitting is if you struggle against a fastball up and in. Set it up so you're facing a flamethrower and have them throw nothing but up and in fastballs. And then once you're feeling comfortable with that, tell them to throw you outside fastballs as well to see if you're starting to recognize inside and outside pitches. And then just build from there until you truly don't know where the pitcher's gonna throw and you're still feeling comfortable. Now, if you immediately went with directional hitting, it's in your best interest long-term as an MLB The Show player to switch to zone hitting and get used to it. Zone hitting may seem overwhelming, but will give you the most control and best chance by far at controlling where you want the ball to go. And definitely gives the gamer the most rewarding feeling when you hit a laser down the left field line. So jump into custom practice, as it can help you work out the kinks to feel most comfortable using it elsewhere. Now, often looked over change that can help you improve your skills a lot in MLB The Show 22 is finding a camera view you're comfortable with, as each one offers very specific pros and cons. For pitching more so than hitting, having the camera behind the pitcher and behind the hitter are both usable online. While at the plate, the strike zone cameras are among the most popular because of the ease many gamers find it is to read pitches and determine the balls from strikes. But if you would like a bit more presentation in your MLB The Show experience, there are plenty of camera views that give you that while allowing you to be comfortable enough at the plate to see the ball to the best of your ability. So test out every option to see. You may be one camera adjustment away from hitting like your best self. And lastly, whether it be with your pitcher or a hitter whose wheels you want to test out, it may be time to lay down a bunt. To perform a standard bunt, you hold the triangle or Y button if you're on Xbox down and aim the right stick in the direction you want the ball to go. Now, if you want to catch them by surprise and perform a drag bunt, you again hold Y or triangle, but right after the pitcher's thrown the ball, quickly aim where you want the ball to go with the right stick. You don't want to start spamming drag bunts, as computer AI defenders will be more alert to the possibility of it happening after a while. Sorry, sports gamers, I hope this video was able to help you out. And if you like the content we provide, make sure to subscribe to Sports Gamers Online for more MLB The Show 22 content. And make sure to hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. Alright people, I'm Chris. Thank you all for watching, and be good, y'all.